Test. See, are we up? Testing. See, are we up? Are we good? Testing. Testing, testing. Are we alive? Are we on? Let's see. Yo, what's up, JP? Can you hear me all right? Oh, something's going on here. We're losing a little bit of stream quality. Hold on a second. Are we good yet? This is going to drive me crazy. It's good? Let me just let the guys know. All right, well, JP, if you, I don't know who else is interested in seeing this, but it might be something cool. But either way, here we go. What I've done so far is I have removed the sorter from the 10900K. It looks like, hold on a second. Looks like this now. So I went and I razored that across so it's nice and flat. And that's about as flat as I can get this for now with the razor. Taking it like that, going from the inside and curving it out. Now the IHS, I also took, and I went and I took some of this stuff here, which this is 99.9% isopropyl alcohol. So this is like the really strong stuff, and I like kind of just sprayed some of that on there. And then wiped it off to try and get some of that silicone and whatnot off of there. So I just took it and with the microfiber cloth went across and wiped all of that off. And now that's nice and shiny, and this is ready to go. So I'm gonna sit this to the side to be resealed as soon as I finish this last wipe here. And then I'll start putting it all back together. I've got the Cryonaut stuff here ready for the reseal. I have two. This one's thermal paste. This one's the actual liquid metal. So I have to work on that after in a second. But really risky. I have this little anesthetic thing here. I should probably be wearing that, huh? It's probably a smart thing. Should have had this on when I started the stream, but it's fine. Let me lower that fan. Can y'all hear that fan? Is that super annoying? Or is that like tolerable? There we go. Get a nice view on that. How's that? Good. Some light on it. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much good. I'll go over it one more time. Keep blowing it off, make sure it's nice and flat. But for the most part, I've got everything I'm going to get off of this. So now I'll take, and I don't want to spray the alcohol directly on the chip. I want to spray it on the rag, microfiber cloth, and then wipe it with that. And now this is 99%. So there is going to be no water with this. It's just going to evaporate. So it should be moderately safe for me to take and go along the chip and just kind of get any kind of oil or anything from my hands that may be on there off before I go and liquid metal it. But before I do that, I need to finish getting this black silicone off. I'd started doing that before the stream started. You kind of see I go through there and I get all that off very carefully. Fork's idea was the credit card. It works great. I don't care if y'all see the numbers. This card is not good. Won't be able to get anything from it, trust me. But yeah, I just go across, get all that black silicone off carefully again, and then once that's all off, go and clean the dye off with the 99% alcohol again, and then go through with the liquid metal. Slow and tedious process, making sure that everything is covered. Oh, I'm sure that's making y'all sick. Yeah, good luck. It won't do anything. Yeah, so again, go through like this. Yeah, the back of it's just, that'll focus. That's the back of it there. I can touch this all I want. It won't hurt it. I mean, the oils from my fingers are kind of hurting it, but I'm just going to wipe it off with the cloth after. And I've got the strap on for the static there. But yeah. Keep going through with this. Get all that silicone off. Now, I want to just very lightly go with this. I want to be very careful when I do this. Don't do this, by the way. I'm just doing it because this works a lot better than the card and getting and make sure it's flat, the razor I'm talking about here. But don't actually do this. I don't think it's necessarily the correct way. Probably can like break something when I'm doing this, but it's probably fine. I don't know. I'm gonna actually stop doing that. Don't do that. Prefer not to break a $700 processor. Would be nice. Yeah, the input lag on the stream's not bad at all. It's like when I talk, it's like a few seconds. Never done a webcam stream before. It works though. I didn't feel like download OBS. Yeah, so I mean, in reality, you can kind of see that there. Because it's so blurry. Focus. 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 Focus camera. There it is. You can kind of see there's kind of some along there that still needs to come off silicone wise. That's where I busted my finger when I was doing the lapping. Speaking of which, the lapping came out decently. That's the lapping on it. It's not perfect, but it'll work. It's very shiny now. Shiny, shiny. So just keep going through, get all that silicone off. It's coming off. I mean, slowly but surely. Deliding, it significantly reduces the temps. So this stuff here, I'll show you. This stuff here is what was on it. I'll put it in my hand. Not the black stuff, just the metal stuff. This is the Intel stock solder material. It's okay. It's not even really like solder. It's more of a glue. Because solder is like melted. What just happens? It was going so great. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. So that is the Intel like stock solder, what they call it, material, in which again it's like a glue, and it just doesn't conduct heat that well. It's a lot better to go and delid it if you have an unlocked processor where you're going to be able to benefit from deliding. But yeah, that's what that is. And the thing with the sorted chips, though, again, is you have to go and you have to take and scrape all that off. Oh, no. You have to take and scrape all that off the actual die there so it has good surface contact when you do the liquid metal. So I'm going to get the strap back on and continue with the removing of this silicone so we can actually get to the liquid metal part, which I think is the coolest. Liquid metal is a little weird to work with. It a little bit goes a long way. Like when you put a little drop of liquid metal, that stuff just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. And then you're like, what is going on? Because it just keeps going. And this is coming out real nicely. Liking how this is coming out. Probably about 10 Celsius, maybe 7, but around 10. Pretty good bit. It was worse before they started using the solder material. Before they were using that glue, that paste, and that was bad. That was during the 8th generation series of processors. But they swapped that out for the new thermal glue stuff that I showed you here. But even still, this new stuff doesn't work incredibly well. Why am I still using that? I need to stop. I need to stop using that razor before I break it. Imagine breaking a $700 processor. All right, that's good enough. I'm going to take and wipe this off with some 98% alcohol, 99%, or make sure that this is good. See how fast that evaporates? It's just gone. It's there. And it's just gone. Immediate evaporation. Intel's always cheap enough. All right. So now what I'm going to do is go with the liquid metal. One second. Oh, Sassy Fish Nitro boosted? Did not know that. That's cool. A decent DIY video? Yeah. Sorry about that. I got a little distracted. I noticed Sassy Fish. What was that? Whoa, now. I noticed Sassy Fish Nitro boosted. I was very shocked, happy, all the above. Right. So liquid metal. So we've got two things here. I'm going to zoom out. I'm glad that you're here, JP. I like showing someone the things that I work on. Makes me very happy. Speaking of which, hello. Face reveal. Oh wait, you already knew my face. Is this too close? Is this? It's too close? Is that too much? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. But this is the liquid metal. I feel like I just killed you. Surprised the camera didn't crack, honestly. All right, so I think that's zoomed out enough. Can I go out a little more? Yeah, there we go. Whatever. But I don't really want y'all to be, Let's go on a little bit. How about there? How's that look? Good? Excellent. Look how clear that is. Right, so liquid metal. Now, liquid metal can be used not only bit closer. How's that? Liquid metal can not only be used as a processor die replacement, but it can also be used on top of the IHS to go to your cooler. However, I don't recommend it because it doesn't. It has like a chemical reaction, kind of like what Jay's 2 cents talks about, the water cooling, and it'll like mess with the metal because metal on metal is like normally not good. So I don't really recommend using it. What I do is I buy this stuff, which this is the actual thermal paste. This is not liquid metal. This is just paste. And I use this to put on the actual IHS. And this stuff, they give you a little spreader and everything with it. You can see I've used it. I don't know how much is left in this pack, but this is what it looks like. It's this little tube. They give you a little bitty tube. It's not focusing. Hey, it's focusing. It's thermal grizzly. It's tiny. It's like the size of, like, look how small that is. So I don't actually know if I'm going to have enough of this to do the X like I normally do on the IHS, going like that and then that. I don't know if I'm going to have enough with that little bit. Probably not, but I'm going to try it. If I don't, I'm just going to spread it, you know, and go like that. I should be able to have enough to spread it. And if that fails, I'll just use the liquid metal. But again, I don't recommend doing that because liquid metal not only interferes with the other metal on your AIO or air cooler or whatever you have, but also it dries up after about 2 years-ish. So you kind of have to take it and replace the liquid metal. But that's it. I don't know if you can see that. That shiny that is? Like it's actual metal. It's like gallium. So I'll just put this little tip on. Screw that tip in. Make sure that's nice and tight. Oh, no, it's not mercury. I don't think. It might have mercury in it. I doubt it. But it might. And then what you do is you take and you put literally the tiniest drop. Tiniest? Is that even a word? The tiniest drop possible. I don't even think tiniest is a word. It would be smallest, right? Isn't that proper English? I don't know. I'm a high school graduate. I don't have college education. I don't know these things. All right, so now that that's nice and cleaned off, you literally, again, take the tiniest bit of liquid metal. I wish that was closer, but I can't get any closer. Sorry. And you've got to, like, baby step this stuff. I mean, you've got, like that. So that, did you see that drop? Like, that's a lot. So I've got to, like, somehow, oh, I've got to touch it. See how it, oh, that's a lot. So that is probably way too much. Now, the thing about this stuff is you can see that I can push it out and suck it in at the same time, which is really cool. Speaking of which, I am making a big mistake. I need to do something right quick. I should have done already. Whoops. I need to put some of this around the edges. This is nail polish, clear coat. You need to do that when you're deliding because liquid metal has a tendency to, it can interfere with some stuff. So you just go and you kind of coat the very edge. I don't really want to get it on the processor so much. You just want to put it around, just around the edge. And that will keep a barrier from the liquid metal interfering with any kind of electronics around the die itself. Because you don't want liquid metal touching anything around the die itself, because that is bad. That's a big no-no. And that would short out and cause problems. And problems are bad. So you see this little metal line? I don't know what that's for, but I know I'm going to put clear coat over it. Because again, I don't want this liquid metal touching it. That stuff's drying quick. Like, it's already drying. And I just want to put one more light little coat over that metal spot, because that seems to be the only thing metal I can see around it. So I'm just going to do one last coat over the top. And that should be good, really. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. A little coat is fine. Anything's better than nothing. Oh, that stuff is strong. Let that dry for a second. Let me get my liquid metal up real quick. And I decided I was going to go and put down. So it just sucks up. It's gone. It's just gone now. It's back in the tube. Okay. I'm going to go and take this, and I just want to touch. I want to very lightly touch, make sure that there's no clear coat on the die itself, because I think I touched, I'm calling this clear coat. I guess it technically is. Because I may or may not have accidentally touched it with the clear coat nail polish. And that's not very thermally conductive. I had another. There it is. Just gonna take this. Ooh, that stuff is strong. This 90 something whatever % alcohol is really strong. And if this is just alcohol, I'm gonna take this and go on the die and just kind of spread that around. I really just want to start over here. Just touching the die. I don't really want to touch where I put the clear coat with the alcohol, because that's not exactly a good thing. Yeah, and that'll, bam, that's like good. And then I'm going to take my rag again. Oh gosh. And go right over the die with the rag. Just make sure that's all wiped up. And now that is a completely dry die with no kind of clear coat or anything on it. And that was my mistake, because I wasn't paying attention. I should have done that clear coat that you see around it now before. So it's layered around the very edges of the die so that, you know, it protects the electronics there. I should have done that first. circuits, I guess you could say. But again, my mistake. So now I'll go back. No, that's cleaned up with the liquid metal and reapply the liquid metal. You can see it coming out there. Little by little. Whoa, look at that. Little ball of sunlight. And now I'm going to take the included cryo knot guy and go along and just spread this out. Now watch this. This part's really cool. It starts out not wanting to spread, but then once you get it going, it turns into this cool little puddle. And you can just keep spreading this. Out, 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 out. I'm about to make another mistake. Streaming and doing this is not the most optimal way. But is that stuff dry? Yeah, that's big time dry. Sometimes I wonder if I'm like thinking at all about what I'm doing, or if I'm just like flowing. Yeah, I see you nervous. This is not my first time doing this. I've only done it, to be fair, I've only done this one other time, but I've seen videos. So now that right there, what I just did, now we're good. Now I can spread this liquid metal and I can be happy with life and know that nothing's gonna touch anything and just free flow spread this. So now you just go spread this out, even coat along the entire die. And bam, that's pretty much it. That's a liquid metal application. So now I do the same thing with the IHS. Oh, the tape, right. So the tape, I just put 4, so it covers this way, this way, this way, and that way, all 4 sides. Now the IHS here, I want to do the same thing with that liquid metal and go, and you can see with the new Temps series, there's an outline of where you need to put it. So you can see how much this stuff spreads. Just with that little bit from the process, I'm still spreading it on the IHS. So that little bit is doing all of this. And you know what? Because I did it with the processor, let me also do this. Because the thing with the IHS is it can also like get some of that liquid metal somewhere where you don't want it when you go to reseal it. So I want to just go through right quick and give you some tape madness again. And I want to coat this just like I did the processor with the tape. I've got tape fingers right now. I don't know how exact I am, but it should be fine. Maybe. Probably not. There we go. Now I can continue. Now what I want to do is I want to take some of this liquid metal because it looks like there's a lot on here. And I want to just kind of like suck some of it up with this and then bring it over here to the IHS and spread this all around it. And I can be messy now because I've got the tape, and I know that that's going to cover me for any mistakes I make. Go back to here, make sure it's spread. And make sure that once that's all spread, go back to this IHS. Make sure the liquid metal's there. So that's pretty much good right there. So first things first is I'm going to take the liquid metal. I'm going to draw whatever's in here back into the tube. Make sure that's all sucked up. And I want to reseal this liquid metal and get that packaged back in the container. Shouldn't be needing any more of this unless I decide to put it on the processor itself. Tape galore. All right, so now I can go ahead, remove all my tape. Carefully get that processor out of there with that new liquid metal coating. Get this IHS out of there. Just taped up. So now, because I used the tape, it's almost a near perfect IHS liquid metal application. Okay, stick that there, whatever. Now, resealing this is questionable. I lost some stuff. I lost some of my clear coat when I removed the tape. It wasn't exactly fully dry. That's fine. I'll very carefully go and I'll apply a little more. Yeah, I lost like all of my clear coat. I want to make sure that that metal bar there is completely covered. I really don't want the liquid metal touching that. Just in case it oozes, I don't. Yeah, I lost a little bit of my clear coat. Go along the edge, put that back. Good enough. Just so there's some kind of barrier. Okay, that's not good. You see that, what I just did? What's up, Taylor? Yeah, I made an oopsie. I should not have done that. But easy fix. I think it's gone. I accidentally got liquid metal where it shouldn't have been. But it looks like it's fine now. Cool. All right. So that is good. I can go to seal this back up. Sealing's a little bit of a problem. but that looks good enough to me. I mean, it looks even-ish. Probably not perfect, but it'll never be exactly perfect on the resume. Okay, good enough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just standard glue, super glue, and reseal this as best I can. Looks good. The problem is there's no real way to center it. I don't have a full kit for doing this, so I've just got to kind of wing it. Like, is that straight is my only thing right now. I mean, by all means, that looks straight, I think. I don't know 100%. I think it's straight. Whatever. We're going to go with it. Who's ready to see some temps? That's what I'm ready for.
87 and 9900K are facing upwards, while 10900K has them facing downward. The weight of the CPU, 8700K, 4.3K, 9.2% long, 700K, 9700K had a K, and also 10900K.
Yeah, mind the video.
PCB height of about 1.15. They should have the same, it's just measurement tolerance, I think, comparing those numbers right here. Comparing the die height, that should be the more interesting value. 8700K again had the same die height as 6700K and also 7700K. 9900K was double the die height. We already analyzed this when the CPU was released, and now I thought with the 10900K they would maybe go back to the original height of the 8700K and previous CPUs with 0.44 millimeter, but they found some from the original asked about the die height difference. We have about 0.3 millimeter difference in die height. Quick comparison of the heat spreaders, again left to right, 87. Fitting back in the socket, I didn't reglue the IHS, just put liquid metal in between. CPU is sitting back in the socket.
Oh, he doesn't show me what I want to say. I need a video. I need to see this process. I need to make sure that this IHS is on the right way. I don't think it matters. I mean, as long as it's on, it should be fine, but because my thing is, you see this little like notch? Okay. So there's a notch there. it's kind of like slanted. I think that lines up with the arrow, but yeah, that notch totally lines up with the arrows. So I have this on the right way. I mean, that was just, I guess, common sense, but. And I followed the debour instructions. Let me dry it off a little bit. No, yeah, it's right. Let me just give it a little dry off. This is a heat gun. I want to get that glue to dry a little bit. Very lightly, far away, take and dry this. Get that to seal in place. Okay. All right, a bit there. Make sure it's pushed down, which it looks like it is. Next thing is I just want to make sure that this glue is dry. I want to let that dry for about a little bit, a few minutes until I put it back in. Just to make sure nothing shorts anything out, because that would be bad. That would be really bad. Again, I'll get some even heat on it with the heat gun. Just get some of that to dry. And just let it sit for a little bit. And see if temps improved. They should, maybe. I don't know. If they don't, something's wrong. But they should. Should improve a little bit. Like 10 degrees Celsius. It's on there. All right. Yeah. I need to take and go over the back of this with some alcohol. Make sure that I'm good, because I don't want any liquid metal on the back of this thing, so I just want to go and hit the pins with some of this alcohol and make sure they're all nice and good. Nothing is interfering, no fingerprints, anything like that's on the back. Get all that out of there. Go to the back. All right. Flip back over to the front. All right. And then go over this. Make sure this is good. And if it doesn't work, oh boy. Whew. All right. All right. Getting ready to get this thing powered back on. I made a mistake again, and I put it on the metal, so I'm just going to wipe off the back of this again another time. I don't want any of that metal conducting anything on the back of this. That would be bad, again. Don't want that to happen. I would preferably like this thing not to shred. Yeah, I can do that. Just planning on doing that. There's a mouse pad. All right, let me just make sure it's dry before I go install it. All right. Everything around me is now a mess. I'm going to go wash my hands, and then I'm going to go install this. I wonder if I'm back, by the way. I wonder if I put the thermal paste on it now, that would kill me. Probably not. I don't see why I would. Can I put it on now? Is this a bad idea? Should I wait until 10? Okay. That's what I thought. Ooh, this is some good thermal paste. Stuff is oozing out. Where's my spreader? There it is. So you can spread this. It doesn't. It doesn't seem to be spreading very well. That's just me. This stuff's old. That's part of the problem. Yeah, that stuff is real old. Struggling to come out of the tube. This stuff is not working right. There it goes. Whoa. See what I'm dealing with here. It's not exactly the best thermal paste. It's like goopy. Hey. See if heat helps it. Oh, that's super helping. It's like good now. Look at that. I wish this stuff would come out of the tube. Let me spread it a little easier. Is it a lot? Maybe. But I'm really going for full thermal conductivity. And this stuff is not spreading as I would like it to. But I'm getting there. Slowly. I'm slowly getting there. Yeah, it's not. I'll show you in a sec what I'm seeing. All right, so that's what I managed to do. It's just a fine spread layer, and that'll flatten out when the AIO goes on it. But it's not actually that much. It's enough to conduct, though. Which is what I want. For obviously many reasons. Okay. I'm going to go install this. And I'll be back. And then we'll power the system on. See what our temps are, right? Live. Forgot. I need to clean the AIO. I need to clean the AIO. It's still got thermal paste on it. I'm here. I'm back. Long wait. Hello? Is everyone still here? Or did I get bamboozled by the community? I imagine if you waited this long, you wouldn't leave. Not with waiting that long for all of that. All right. Let's see what we're looking at. All right. Under there. Good. Interference. All right. A little bit of camera readjustment. Let's see if it works, first of all. All right, you might want to go full screen for this. Oh boy, this is a big moment. This is a big moment. It's either going to short out or it's going to work. Shorts out. I am in trouble. I'm in big trouble. If it works, you know, it's also a good thing. Either way, it's fun. Oh, Lord. All right. I mean, no reason to postpone this any longer. I think it's time to just hit the switch. Oh boy. Okay. Woo! Is it on? I'm afraid to look. Did it do anything? I hear the cooler cycling. It's good. Ooh! Why does it say new CPU installed? Okay, that's a little sketch. It's not a new CPU. That's a little sketch, not gonna lie. New CPU installed. What is that? That's a little sketch. Does it work? Does it move? Okay, mouse moves. That's good. I9. Looks like it's on. Make sure our fans are on turbo, which I mean they all are. Is that reversed for you guys? Because for me, it's, I can read it. And then on there, it's like flipped. Huh. Oh, well. Turbo, turbo, turbo. I mean, yeah. It's all good. Okay, cool. It looks like it's. What is network stack? I have no idea what that means. UEFI network stack. What is that? Actually, like, that's one thing I don't know. So basically, it's a network boot. Therefore, I don't need it. Disable. Cool. All right. Well, enough of the boring stuff. CPU temperature, look at that. 26 Celsius. That is already, it was running at like 30 Celsius, 36 Celsius before. Okay. Windows boot. Okay. Okay. All right. Make sure my mouse is good. 1 second. Yeah, I'm fine. All right. All right, so let's close Discord and Steam. Let's get all that exited. Why the hell is Skype open? Ew. Ew. No. How do I stop this? Turn that off. Is it gone? Oh, gosh. Skype. All right, let's get Benchmade open. And let's get some Cinebench R20. And let's get some sensor monitor open, running on sensors only. And I'll get a before and after going. Stock temps. These were the stock temps before. So the little window here is before, and the one on the right is after. Is that visible? Probably not for y'all, but it will be in a second. Can you see that? Right is now, left is before. Is that visible? If it is, I'm going to start Cinebench. All right, cool. Let's start Cinebench. Let's do a 15-minute run, and then we'll compare that to this after 15 minutes. And that's going to start now. Cinebench starting. Temps are going to rise shortly. They should be rising now. AIO is kicking up to full speed. Fans are rising. past 4 of 19. So far, it definitely seems cooler. But all in all, not what I was. I mean, it's cooler, right? But is it really that much cooler? Like the averages are all lower, but then again, that's because this test has only been running like 2 minutes now. And the maximums are, I mean, not that far under what they were. Keep in mind, this is an Asus motherboard, so it's boosting this processor with probably crazy voltages than it needs to be. So those temps are based on that. When I actually overclock it, it should be actually cooler than that, because I'll have it at a fixed voltage. The current temps are on the right. They're the ones that are changing. The previous temps are there on the left. And that's the columns there. Maximum, minimum, average, all those. Right, current temps, left, previous temps. So, I mean, is it cooler? Yeah. A little bit, like 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly better, but it's weird because there's so many different columns. Like, it's like some of the cores and some of the columns are the same temps as they were before, but others got lower. Yeah, this is about, I don't know how many minutes in, but normally by past 19 or so, we're on past 9 right now in Cinebench, but by past 19, that's about 15 minutes. So we're going on past 10 now. Yeah, it's weird. Like, they're better, but it's only like 4 degrees. It's not like crazy better, which makes me think that that Intel solder actually isn't that bad. Because it was working fine. The liquid metal must be not that much better than it really. Now look at the averages, though. Those are still lower. Like the total average is still lower. Because the averages before were 67, 69, 68, 69, 65. And the averages now are 60, 58, 63, 62, 65. No 69s, no 68. So that's already showing that the temps are better, just not by a lot. Yeah, right. Hey, next up, though, is as soon as this 15-minute test is done and I document the scores, I'm going to apply a overclock on it. That'll be as soon as this finishes, and I'll see if it can hold stable for about 12 hours, and that'll probably be when I end the stream, is as soon as I overclock it. I'm going to go to about 5.2 all-core, and then I'll see what kind of scores it gets compared to stock. Yeah, probably. We'll find out in a second, though. I'm just going to throw a voltage at it. I'm probably going to throw 1.350 and then do 5.2 all-core and AVX offset at 5.0 and then hit go. It should be stable at that. I mean, hell. Oh, I just go straight for 5.3. I mean, why not, right? Pass 14 of 19. Getting there. Hey, JP, how old are you, by the way? Just curious. Don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Just was wondering. Yeah, I figured it was around my age, but a little older, but I didn't know how much older. That would make sense. Yeah, I am that old. But you already knew that, I'm sure. No, it's fine. Ghost doesn't either. Speaking of which, I don't know how I got techie in the New Egg Discord. I mean, I'm doing this, so obviously I can see how. But it's really an honor. I'm very happy. The whole new role system is very nice in the Discord. I like what they're doing. Yeah, it was crazy. Somebody just messaged me. Well, actually, a couple people messaged me. I can't say who because, I don't want to. And they were like, hey, do you want techie? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It'd be an honor. That's literally what I told them. Because, it is, And they're like, well, it's just a role. And I'm like, yeah, but, I mean, not everyone gets techie, so I mean, I like it. It's an honor. Basically means I'm obligated to help people now, but I was already kind of doing that, so it's fine. No real difference. Oh boy, the ping. Somebody put a Theo emote in chat. Hurry up, mask us before he sees. All of a sudden, I find out Theo's watching the live stream. He pings me in the Discord. I'm like, uh-oh. I made Theo mad. Yeah, you don't want to make Theo mad. He's one of them mods. Oh, yeah, he really does. Yep. Hey, but if you look, though, the lapping must have helped because this should be the last one. Yeah, right here. But the lapping must have helped because if you notice, the maximum here hasn't even hit 80 yet. We have not hit 80 maximum Celsius. And this is at ASUS high voltages that they're doing. And we haven't even hit 80. That's good. That is an improvement. Because on the old one, we hit 80 there. Twice we hit 80 on stock. And we haven't done that yet here. And they're both with the ASUS increased voltages. So that already is good. And the averages are also significantly lower. I wouldn't say significantly. Probably about the same as here. But I mean, that's the average. I'm looking at the maximum, in which, again, we have not hit 80. I don't know how many more minutes. Oh, here we go. It's done. Okay. That's it. So, yeah. So that's basically it. We haven't hit 80. So now let's do an overclock. Oh, yeah. You want to see the results, right? I should probably show that. And that's it. Close out a Cinebench. All right, I need to get a screenshot of this. New sensor, screenshot this. Is that about how I screenshotted it before? Oh, I don't want the blue line there. I want just the box. I think I went from sensor down to the bottom of the last core. I think what I did. File, save as, desktop, i9, delid and lapping. TE, temps, i9, 10, 900K, delid and lapping, save. All right, done. So bam, bam, got all that. Let's do some overclocking. And then I'm going to let Prime 95 run on it for a little bit. Hope you like my Lux backgrounds. Want to see another one while I do this? There you go. It's Ergot. It's Erg Boy. He eats people. It's great. He really does eat people. I'm not making that up. And what was that? And there you go. Side-by-side comparison of the two. Befores and afters. This is before, where my finger's at. This whole column. So if we look at it, before, again, we had 80 maxes. After, none. And even maximum after, they're all lower than what the maximums were before. So I'd say we shaved 4 Celsius off of the processor by doing what we did. That's good enough. Like I said, now overclocking. Gotta love overclocking. Yeah, it's something, right? Was it worth? So, I mean, I guess that's the question for people that are watching this is, was it worth risking voiding the warranty, 1, and 2, potentially breaking the processor for 4 degrees Celsius? No, it absolutely wasn't. Don't ever do what I just did for 4 degrees Celsius. Do what Forks recommends. Get yourself an air conditioner, one of those mini ACs. Put it in front of your AIO or whatever cooler you have, and turn that thing on. And let that thing run blowing into it. And you will have way better temps than what I just did for the cost of buying a little AC and spending the electricity to run it without risking $700. So let's get into some BIOS. See what we can do. Advanced overclock mode, initiate. XMP2, DDR4 3200. Asus multi-core enhancement. Sure, leave that on, whatever. All right, I got to read some of this. It's been a little second since I overclocked one of these. Best case scenario, right? Isn't that what we want? AVX instruction core ratio offset. 2. View core ratio. Sync all cores. 52. You know what? 53. 53. And we'll do an offset of 2, which will put it at 51, all right? Sync all cores. Block, I want to leave that where it is. Internal power management. Auto, I'll leave that auto. go. Set that. Whatever, 40, 95. Put that at max. Package power. Oh, package power. Set all that to max. All right. Quaker's Paradise. Load line calibration. 6. I could try it. Not 6 is fine. 6 is fine. All right. Minimum catchy ratio. I don't know. Let me look that up right quick. See where it's supposed to be at. All right, gotcha. So if I'm setting it at 5.3, then I'll put the catchy ratio to 50 and call it a day, because that's 300 megahertz less. Here we go. CPU core voltage. Manual. Let's try 1.350 at that and see if it does it. I don't think it's, I mean, that's offset of 2, but that's all core of 5.3 gigahertz. Let me offset of 3, so it runs at 5.0. Let's see how that works. 5.3 gigahertz, will it do it? What's the votes? Is it going to run? No guesses? 5.3? Or is it going to insta B-side? That doesn't look good. It's frozen. Well, it's frozen. It froze. You won't do it. All right. 5.3 at 1.6. 1.36 volts. Uh-oh, did I miss it? I got it. Okay. $1.360. We'll do it there. All right, getting somewhere. Let's see if I can get into Windows at all with this. Ah, Windows works now. It's got a little more power. Okay. All right. Can I do things? This is 5.3 gigahertz. Okay. It's doing something. Hasn't B-sawed yet. Discord, do not be opening now. There's enough things opening. Uh-oh, a little bit of lag. Could be about to crash. All right, let's see here. CPU Z. Core speed, 5,300 megahertz. 5.3 all core. Okay. But is it, but how, what are my temps right now? 1. $5.3 gigahertz just with an AIO. But can I run, Chrome might crash me. But can I run a Cinebench R20 without crashing? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. How much you want to bet it's going to crash? Insta crash. Insta crash. Oh? I think it's gone. I think it crashed. Oh, yeah, it's gone. It's gone. More voltage. How about 1.70? 1.370. Oh, yeah, Windows is gone. It completely crashed. It was running Windows fine. Hey, but I couldn't get into Windows with 1.350, right? I brought it up to 1.360 and I got into Windows. So if I got a 1.370, right? You see what I'm thinking here? Oh no, oh man. I was looking at the chat instead of paying attention. What's the chances I can get? Imagine 5.3. I think I can get it. I just need more voltage. It's up the voltage. It doesn't work up the voltage. Because that's how overclocking works. By 1.370. 1.4 is my limit, so I've got still a lot. I've got 30 left. Will it do it? 1.370? Maybe. Oh, a little bit of stutter. Smooth. No crashes. Discord is honestly going to crash me. CPU Z, what's my voltage? Am I at 1.70? 1.370? Voltage is only 1.24. That can't be right. That's weird. It shouldn't be at 1.24. Unless you know what it is. Let me see if this fixes that. I think that it's that Asus multi-core enhancement, and it's not letting me do my voltage. I think that's what it is. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to turn multi-core enhancement off. See if that does anything. Now will that let me do 1.370? Yo, this stream's been going 2 hours. That's crazy. I better hurry then, so we can all get to sleep. I just want to see if it'll do 5.3. I doubt it. I think it crashed. It's gone. Yeah, I need it. All right, multi-core enhancement's back on, and I'm going to go to 1.380. Turn multi-core, oh my gosh. Turn multi-core enhancement on, go to 1.380 and see if it works. Point 380. Is that enough voltage? Oh, Lord. Oh, no. 1.5? Nah. Not without some serious damage. Are you seeing this? Oh, Lord. Stupid. Windows, let us optimize your PC. It had an error. We had an oopsie. We need to fix your PC. Do a quick thing. I want to try something right quick. I can't do it. Never mind. All right, whatever. What are we doing? Discord. You got to stop opening, buddy. All right. Benchmate, open. CPU-Z. Hardware info. Run. And that is 53, 5.3 gigahertz. It's 5.3 gigahertz. And now let's do Cinebench. Will it work? 1.380? Go. Let's see if we can even get into the test without it freezing. I think it froze. I think it's gone. All right, 1.4. And if it doesn't work on 1.4, it's not going to do 5.3. .4 is my, 1.4 is my limit, not no 5.4. Imagine 5.4. You set your voltage to 5.4. It's like, yeah, it's good. AI tweaker. Whoop. Voltage 1.400. Ooh, that's high voltage. That's high voltage. Let's do it. Even if it works, I'm not going to run it all the time at this. It's too high a voltage. 1.4 is a little much. No. Stupid Windows repair. Trying to be helpful. .4 volts. Ha ha! Think of that 700. Think of that cash money. Think of that cash money. A little bit of cash money. Cinebench R20, hardware info. Will that work? Guesses? Quizzes? Mouse still moves. Oh, there it goes. All right, no 5.3. It doesn't work. It doesn't like 5.3. I can't get it. I don't have a good chip. Jay's 2 cents didn't have a good chip either. His wouldn't go 5.3 either. It's too high. So offset of 2. Sync all cores, 52. 1.350. Exit. Will 5.2 hold stable? This should, no problem. This should no problem hold stable. And if it does, I'm gonna run some tests and tune in the voltage, and that'll be the overclock. This should be perfectly stable. Already freezes. Yeah, real stable. All right, let's try something here. Catchy. 49, 49. Core voltage. .2. Catchy ratio of 49. 1.355 volts. And Windows is doing stupid stuff again. Let me in Windows, maybe? Hey, let me in Windows. .2 is doing things. Huh? Hey! 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 5.2 works. It works. It totally works. All right, I'm not going to lie, it crashed. The camera has officially died. It has overheated.